Ravens flock, the flock rundown is the place to be. My man Ryan has been a lifelong Ravens fan since he was born. So I'm telling you now, it's about to go down. The podcast, the flock rundown. Ravens, baby. Nothing gets better than waking up and wondering how high we can fly. Tune in.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.
Appreciate you, Ray. What's up, Ravens fans? My name is Ryan, and welcome back to another episode of the Flock Rundown. So day 2 of the Ravens training camp just wrapped up. It was interrupted with a bunch of heavy rain, but they did finish out practice. Lamar Jackson still not back. He was sick. Also, Keaton Mitchell still out on PUP. TJ Tampa with the hernia still out on PUP, although I do expect him back in a few weeks. Adisa Isaac on the non-football injury list is still out. So those were the absences today, and the day was dominated by Baltimore's secondary. This defensive unit, we've been talking about how stacked this secondary is.
They were definitely flying around today. Kyle, he's one of the best safeties in the league. Nate come from Clemson, being a top player, first-round pick. That's what you expect out of him, and I'm excited to see them through training camp and see how better they get, put it all together as a defense. But it's definitely exciting to see them flying around making plays this early.
Eddie Jackson already got a pick in practice, pick 6 actually. Nate Wiggins got a pick in practice, and it just seemed like the defense had their way with the offense, but that offense is lacking Lamar Jackson. So it's hard to read a lot into it when Lamar is obviously not operating the offense, but I'm going to shift my positivity over to the defensive side of the ball and just look at that secondary. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited what I'm seeing. Eddie Jackson and Nate Wiggins already getting interceptions. I've heard nothing but incredible things about Nate Wiggins this entire offseason. So I think he's going to end up playing a pivotal role for us even in this year. I think that's the question. We obviously know he's a future outside corner starter for us, but how quickly is he going to play a big role in this defense? That's still what's up in the air, but he's doing everything that he can to win that job and earn a lot of playing time pretty early on, I think. And then Eddie Jackson, too, who hasn't been here all offseason, was just signed a few days ago, is already making an impact. He spoke to the media today, too, talking about his familiarity with Zay Flowers and Lamar since they're all from South Florida.
Pretty much, I came here on a visit, met with the coaches, a lot of the training staff, equipment staff, people like that, and it felt like a perfect fit, and just knowing what they have in this building and the tradition of things. I just knew it would have been. It's a perfect fit for me to come in and compete and, do what I got to do to, help the team get better and, hopefully win the Super Bowl.
When you come into a new place and have some familiarity already, I think it really just speeds the process up, allows you to kind of be yourself instantly. Not that Eddie Jackson wouldn't be. He's obviously a veteran. He's 30. But I just think that it speeds it up and you can kind of gel with everyone a lot faster. So it seems like he's already pretty comfortable. And the Ravens today signed a familiar face in Daryl Worley. If you don't know who he is, he played corner and safety for us for the last few seasons, kind of sporadically. Played some more meaningful ball like 2 years ago. Also a really good special teams guy, just a veteran, man. He had some successful games when we've had to throw him out to the fire. I remember him covering Jamar Chase in one game really well. So I think adding more depth to the DB room is always a plus. We've been doing that pretty often this offseason, and especially recently with Eddie Jackson and now Daryl Worley. And that's just a familiar face who knows how to play like a Raven. We know that he plays like a Raven. And I think more than anything, it's safety depth, corner depth if needed, and then probably special teams most likely. But I'm definitely excited to have him back. I always thought he was a dog and just kind of embodied everything that you'd want to see in someone playing in Baltimore. And to make room for Daryl Worley, we cut cornerback Trey Swilling, who was actually having a great minicamp, was making some noise, but we already waived him to make room for Worley. We obviously just signed Jackson recently too, so somebody had to be cut. And unfortunately, it was Trey Swilling. The defense did definitely win the day, but like I said, Lamar Jackson's not there. He's not running the show. But there was an offensive standout, and that was Rashod Bateman. Rashod had multiple big catches, especially when the rain started falling, and just made a huge impact on practice today.
Rashad's been working to make plays to see him come out here and make those catches, those are great catches, traffic catches. One catch he plucked off the ground there. So I was excited. Everybody was fired up about it. But that's what we expect from Rashod Bateman. He's expected to be a top receiver in the league for us. That's what we're planning on. So to see him true to form today was nice to see.
And Harbaugh's got high expectations for Bateman this year, as we all do. I'm excited for Bateman this year. I think that having a healthy offseason, I wish he was there working with Lamar. That will happen soon, hopefully, speedy recovery for Lamar. But they need to develop some chemistry. But other than that, I mean, Bateman's got all the tools. He's just got to stay healthy. We know that he can run every route in the route tree. He's super elusive, great hands, solid speed. Bateman brings a ton to the table. He just hasn't been able to stay healthy. So I think if we can get a full healthy offseason, full healthy season, Bateman said he's been training 3 or 4 times a day and is obviously already making an impact in practice. So we'll see, obviously, on the health department. I don't want to get my hopes up too early. I think it's way too early. I honestly need to see a whole season play out, but he's never not shown it when he's out there. Last year when he was out there, he just wasn't as involved in the offense. But if you watch the tape, dude was open. He just came in late. So you're lacking chemistry with Lamar. You're lacking Todd Monken trust. It just takes a while. When you miss a lot of the offseason, miss training camp, miss the preseason, and then kind of show up midseason into a new offense, you're probably not going to get a lot of looks unless you're already an established superstar. So I think Bateman kind of fell victim to that, but he's healthy now. He's here. He's been here all offseason. He's here for the start of camp. No injury concerns. And nobody really ahead of him outside of maybe Zay. So it's Zay and Bateman as our top receivers, and he's going to get all the opportunity in the world to go out there and succeed and become one of the best receivers in the league. So, I mean, what else can you ask for if you're Rashod Bateman, right? You got a 3-year deal, you got security, and you got a chance to be the number 1 receiver on a team, or if not number 1, the number 2, whatever, 1A, 1B. Him and Zay are definitely the top guys, so it's right there in front of him. Just got to go out there and make it happen. And it seems like from early signs, he is out there making plays and making an impact on this team. Man, it's just good to have some football back. I'm already getting a little antsy for the preseason, but I'm trying to enjoy these practices because this is better than how it's been the last few months not having any football. So I'll enjoy it. I'll embrace it. Looking forward to seeing Lamar Jackson back out there soon. Hopefully sometime this week he'll get back out there and this offense can start working on what they need to work on. Obviously they're still doing that, but when you don't have Lamar Jackson there, you're not getting quite the same work. So I think the offense needs to gel together, and I'm also interested in seeing how this offensive line plays out. Who's going to end up consistently being the starter at left guard, right tackle. There's a lot of things up in the air. So throughout training camp and throughout preseason, going to be glued into that offensive line. I think it's the most unknown position battle on the entire roster at this point. But that's it for today. I appreciate you guys tuning in to another episode of the Flock Rundown. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Motionless brainwaves attempt to swim their way to sense, can't tame the untamed.